Welcome to Where There's a Wills, There's a Play. My name's Ian, and I'm here to rank the collection. This time, I am ranking the 6 Cartographers map packs. I just finished my Cartographers series of playthroughs. For the most part, I'll probably come back and do some skills and the Stone Spine Architects mini expansion, the Stone Spine mini expansion. But as far as map packs goes and the originals, Cartographers and Cartographers Heroes, I've just completed my playthroughs. And now I'm going to rank the map packs. Before we do that, let's just take a quick look at the map packs and see what each one of them brings to us. So starting with map pack 1, this is Nebbllis, Plane of Fire. So Nebbllis, you see you have this volcano, you have these volcano cards, where you will be drawing in spaces from the volcano on either side that you're on, in these shapes, and you're just expanding it out. You get to choose what you expand out. So it adds this volcano mechanism. It adds these 3 volcano cards. That's about it. There's nothing much else that one adds. So there is the Nebulous pack. Then we have map pack 2, which is Affril, Plane of Knowledge. This is actually sideways when you play it, so this comes up like this, and you play it like that. Um, and so what this one does is this one has these different little islands that you have, and on these you start by connecting 2 of them. You can only draw on connected islands. So you can only draw, like if I draw this, I can only, sketch on these 2. But in the solo mode, because I am looking at this from a solo perspective only, in the solo mode of this, the ambushes can happen anywhere. In order to connect to different islands, you need to spend coins. And then you have these really cool scoring cards, where you are doing things within islands. So that's what this means. So this says earn 5 reputation stars for each island with a mountain space surrounded on all 4 sides. So this is for each island space that you have. So each one of these is a separate island. So that one, the scoring cards come, and these take the place of this directional scoring. Um, these ones add into your your deck of cards that you're drawing, which it has blanked me what that is called right now. Um, what is that called? The not the scouting deck, the explore deck. The explore deck. So these get shuffled into the explore deck. All 3 of these. These ones you choose one of these as your kind of directional scoring. So that is Affril, Plane of Knowledge. And I want to make sure I don't get my stuff all messed up here. And like I said, I am coming at these with a solo perspective. Map pack 3, and make sure I keep this stuff organized, is Undercity Depths of Sabek. So you can see in Undercity, you have this gate, and on the backside, you get to draw the gate wherever you want. You have this gate, and in this, you have an above ground and a below ground. And so you have these extra scoring cards. You can see these take the directional scoring place. And these all take place below ground. So this is below ground. This is in a row. This is looks like it's temples connected to mountains, maybe. But so you have some different scoring cards, including one that is specifically below the the street level, I guess you would say. And this one is about going underground. And the unique thing on this one is you have to connect things back to this entrance. And you can draw above or below, but you have to connect back to this entrance. So if you draw a temple right away, you are going to not be able to do that because you have to draw your first one connecting back to this entrance. As you go, if I have something over here, I can connect over here. And I'll talk about that a little bit later when I go over my rankings. But so you do need to connect back to the entrance. So it does make an interesting little puzzle as you are playing that because you are connecting back to the entrance. Then you have Frozen Expanse. So Frozen Expanse has this really cool mechanism, couple really cool things. First, it has this frozen lake. There's one on both sides, and if you completely surround it, you get these coins. But this is also a partially discovered map. So in this map, you see there are some things that are outlined in some of the different terrain types. This means that only a village can go on this. Only a farm can go on this. Only water and only a forest. So those, it makes it a little more restrictive. This comes with 3. That's the wrong scoring. This comes with 2 new ambushes, Direwolf Prowl and Frostshine Advance, and it comes with a new hero, Chief Drenny. So I usually play this one with the heroes deck and with the ambushes that came with heroes because those ones all have those special abilities. But this is Frozen Expanse. We will get into that one in a little bit as well. Then we have, let me make sure I don't get this stuff too mixed up. Then we have Kethra's Steppe. Oops, let me pull this off. So Kethra's Steppe, Redtooth and Goldbelly have these 2 beacons that you have to light. And when you light them, there's different cards that do different things. So in this one, you have different cards that are very specific to the beacon spots. And so like this one, you lose 6 points for each beacon that's lit, but you gain 2 points for every different cluster of filled spaces. This one you get 12 points for each beacon, but you lose 2 points for every blank space. This one you get 8 points for each beacon, but you lose -1 for each one in the row or column. These 2 are specifically within the ranges. So you can see there's like ranges here of the beacons. So when you completely surround it, it's kind of like a mountain. Instead of getting a coin, you actually light the beacon, and that beacon is now lit, and it gives you some ability or some points, but you're also losing points. So it's an interesting little puzzle. That is Kethra Steppe, Redtooth and Goldbelly. And finally, we have Hornhelm. Now, I'm going to show you a couple things in Hornhelm, because in Hornhelm, you've got this map, which doesn't look much different, but you also have this market, and you have these 6 merchants who are trying to sell you goods. And you can see, depending on which one comes up each round, those are the goods that are available. These goods give you some extra powers. You get to mark some stuff off your journal, and you also can get some extra abilities on your map. So that is Hornhelm Wasteland Market. So now that we've done a quick little brief run through of what those different ones are, I'm going to tell you my ranking of them. And this is my personal ranking. This is based on solo play only and which ones I prefer to play solo. And so let's get to the list. Coming in at number 6 is Hornhelm Wasteland Market. The reason this one comes in at number 6 is because I see Cartographers as kind of a cozy game. I like the market idea, but like some games that have multiple variations, I find that this goes a little further than I want from my Cartographers play. Don't get me wrong, all 6 of these map packs are really fun to play. This one, no, just it goes a little further from what I want, like adding the market and adding the market phase, and now you're adding things, so now you gotta remember, now you gotta like, you're like, okay, if I do this, I can do this and this, like, it adds just a little too much for me personally. So that is Hornhelm. That is my number 6. My number 5 is Kethra Steppe. I like the beacon ability. I really think the beacon is really interesting in Kethra Steppe. Yeah, it just kind of fell under ones that I prefer. I really like all these maps. Like I said, I love Cartographers. If you follow the channel, you know how much I love Cartographers. It is one of my favorite action rights. I've done a lot of coverage for it. It just, the beacons can be very swingy, and I feel like you want to light them, but you have to make sure you light them at the right time. So if you can get them lit early and you can get the offsetting points, you can gain a lot of points. If you don't, then it's not going to be lit. So that one is my number 5. Also, I mean, it just adds some scoring cards with it. So that is my number 5. My number 4 is Nebbllis, Plane of Flame. Yeah, I'm not crazy about the volcano. I mean, I get it. It's a volcano. But if that volcano comes up a lot, sure, it can cross off a lot of things and destroy a lot of spaces. But if those volcano cards come up a lot, it can really kind of destroy your map. So I'm not a huge fan of Plane of Flame. I like it a little bit better than the others. I do like the volcano mechanism. And I do, and I do like that there's 3 cards. And I do like the fact that you get to control while the volcano goes, which I think is also the reason that I think it kind of falls on my list. Is I get to control it, so I can make it go absolutely nowhere near where I need to be, and yet it just crosses off space. So unless you have a scoring card that you need to have columns or rows or whatever completely crossed off, it really doesn't come into a lot of play. So yeah, so like you can kind of use it to your advantage depending on your scoring cards. And I wish it wasn't so much on me to just randomly draw it. So, yeah, that's Nebbllis, Plane of Flame. And my number 3 is Undercity, Depths of Sabek. I will tell you, I love the above ground, below ground aspect of this. The one thing that is keeping this from raising higher is the official ruling. So in the rules, it says all of your paths must connect back to the gate. But it allows you to, in my opinion, kind of break that rule. Because if I've got stuff above the gate that's going all the way to the right on the map, I can draw directly below that underground. I feel like that's kind of a cheat because of the fact that if there is above ground and below ground, those things in my mind, in my opinion, in my mind, should not be connected. I feel like if things need to connect back to the gate, I believe that should be above and below ground. In fact, that's how I played it because that's how I interpret it until I played it on the app and they were allowing me to play stuff as long as I had something above or below ground to the left or right of the gate. I could connect. I could like put those next to each other. So just because it allows you to do that and it's not breaking the rules, I do feel like it falls down a little bit. I love the above ground, below ground. I think if the official rules were like everything had to connect back to the gate, whether it's the above ground or below ground, this would possibly move up. I don't know. My top 2 I really, really like. So my number 2 favorite is Frozen Expanse. This whole idea of the partially discovered map that a previous expedition did and mapped out, and you know that there's these spaces in this frozen area, so you have to put those spaces in there, is really interesting to me, and I really, really like it. So that is what makes Frozen Expanse my number 2. And my number 1 then is Affril, Plane of Knowledge. I know some people are not as big on this. I love the I absolutely love the fact that it is not one solid map. I love the fact that you have 6 little islands that you are trying to connect and you have to connect them to each other by spending coins. And I like the idea that Oh, an ambush can go anywhere. So you do not have an ambush can go on a section of the map that you are not connected to, which then kind of forces you to connect maps so you can go block that ambush. I absolutely love this. I love the puzzle in this. I love everything about it. That's what makes Affril my #1 map pack game. Well, there you have it, everybody. There are my rankings of the 6 map pack expansions for Cartographers and Cartographers Heroes. Let me know in the comments, which ones have you played? What do you think about each one you've played? Where, if you played all of them, or which ones you've played? Well, what is your ranking for the rankings of the map packs? And please like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot to the channel. Once again, this has been Where There's a Will, There's a Play. My name's Ian, and I'll see you next time at the table.